There's a bunch of billionaires in this country, and their guru is Curtis Yarvin. Curtis Yarvin is the one that wrote The Dark Enlightenment. He's an ex-blogger. He still blogs. He's a troll online, especially on Twitter. They believe that democracy is a failed experiment, that the United States is best run like a corporation and like a startup, I mean, never mind that, over 80% of startups fail, but, forget the truth. See, these people they aren't big on truth, and they're not big on the American public. In fact, Curtis Yarvin of the Dark Enlightenment once said, well, God, it's not like we can just phone them. He wants to actually, he said, turn unproductive people who can't work, people who are disabled, people who have emotional or physical congenital defects, unproductive people to him. He posited maybe turning them into biofuel. You can look it up if you don't believe me. He did. And he said a lot worse than that. Now, it should be alarming that at the coronation ball, which was that was a deliberate naming of that, the coronation, they used Trump to capture the White House. He's kind of outlived his usefulness at this point. I mean, he's so paranoid, he had to invite himself to Pete Hegseth's meeting with the generals because he didn't know, he didn't trust him. Maybe he's trying to, get a coup against me or something. Like, no meeting is complete without Trump, don't you know? Yeah, he showed up at the last minute to give this rambling, low energy jab kind of speech to the generals. It was terrible. And there was, like, these generals were lectured by the most unqualified man to ever hold the position of Secretary of Defense. Trying to lecture the world's our military leadership about lethality? Like they need a lesson in that? Major Hegseth? There's something to be said about Donald Trump's neuroses, right? And we're getting reports about Hegseth's neuroses. He's very neurotic behind the scenes, and people are worried about him. These are unstable people. This is what you'd expect if you put like maybe a Fox News host in charge of the military. What's that? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that makes sense now. But the Dark Enlightenment, all of the people, Curtis Yarvin, Peter Thiel, they were all at the coronation ball for Trump. They were. That includes J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is nothing more than a sycophant to Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel was his only boss his whole life. So, and groomed him for the vice presidency. Funded his Senate run. Funded his vice presidential campaign. Peter Thiel did. To get him into position to take over the White House once Trump had outlived his usefulness. This was all planned. It was all written out. It was all available knowledge for anybody that wanted to see it. My last two accounts, I have laboriously documented the Dark Enlightenment of Curtis Yarvin, Peter Thiel, David Sachs, Mark Andreessen, and Elon Musk, all the rest of these people. Elon Musk's data mining operation, which they called Doge, because they knew that would appeal to the base about getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse. Because who doesn't want to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse? But that's never what it was about. It was always about our data. Always. That's all they did, was move from organization to organization, taking data, compiling data. Now they have all our data, and they want to put it all in one place. For what? Surveillance state. Peter Thiel wants all these little freedom cities around the way, so, completely surveilled, almost run by robots. Like, everybody's got a chip. So when you come out of the city, you have to pass your chip. I mean, it's very dystopian shit. This is what they want. They don't want democracy anymore. This has always been their plan to topple democracy in the United States. This isn't a mistake, okay? The data mining operation itself is dangerous on so many different levels because now all of our information is in one spot. And Donald Trump has given that contract directly to Palantir, which is run by Peter Thiel. Palantir is also in our U.S. military right now. Palantir, OpenAI, and Meta. have all sent their chief technical officers into the United States military as full lieutenant colonels with top secret clearance to make sure that all of their technology is now embedded in our military forever and ever. Amen. I don't even want to see what the results of that are going to be. We have actually been testing weapons right now over in the place that they're going to bulldoze for the Mediterranean Sierra of Trump's dreams. I hate to see those weapons here on American streets. And as we know now, this is what they want to do. They want to put the American military in the streets against Americans. I don't know how this is going to go. I hope those generals got together, since they were all in town at the same time. I hope they all got together after this meeting. I hope they did.